So often we want to protect our kids from the world. We want to protect them from bad influences, from inappropriate social media and TV shows, and anything else that would lead them down a foolish path. And it's absolutely okay to protect our kids in a lot of ways. And God calls us to do that. And there are many sources in this world that will try and lead our kids into foolishness. But one thing may we not forget is that the most dangerous thing for our kids is the temptation inside their own hearts. The fact is that the foolishness inside our kids is more dangerous than the temptation outside of them. And that's why it's so important for us to look at God's command on how to discipline rather than trying to invent our own definition. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life." The life of your child is controlled by their heart. We can acknowledge our kids' behavior, but may we focus more on their hearts. Every time our kids act badly, it's not as much a behavior to correct rather than it is a heart problem that must be addressed. And this means every moment of discipline and correction must be accompanied with instruction. Every time your kid messes up is a chance to talk to them about their heart. We need to help our kids see what is in their hearts. And in these times, we can ask questions, tell stories, give illustrations, anything that you can do to get your child to step outside of themselves and to quit defending themselves and to look into and examine their heart. Discipline is not about legal moments where the emphasis is on rules and the punishment that's coming for them, but on how a God of love is using it to help our kids see themselves and admit their wrongs out of a repentant heart and reach out for God's help. 3 key things we often use to make change happen in our kids are threatening, saying something like, "Oh, you don't want to know what will happen if you do this." Second is manipulation, saying something like, "If you do this, then I will buy you this thing that you've wanted for a while," right? And 3 is guilt, saying something like, "Look how much I work for you, and look at everything I do for you, and then you go and do this." These are ways that we can produce change in our kids without having really to deal with their heart. All of these are missing something, and that's grace. We discipline in a graceful way, in a loving way, and in a way that allows our kids to see their heart, and we use Jesus as the perfect example to follow. So as we discipline, may we do it in a way that points our kids to Jesus and guides them to see their heart rather than trying to make them feel bad. We're not called to change our kids. We are called to be tools that God can use as He transforms our kids into who He's calling them to be. Be sure to read the blog and add the missions challenge and weekly devotions onto your calendar. I love you and your kids and your family, and I am always here for you.